November 29, 1970. Deep inside a remote valley near Bergen, Norway, a mystery was about to begin. The valley was known as Isteland. Cold winds moved through the pine forests, while thick fog covered the landscape. To most people, it was just another quiet morning. But for XXX01 3002 and XXX03, it would become a day they would never forget. The three were hiking along a narrow trail deep inside the valley. Everything seemed normal. The forest was silent, the air was cold, and the only sound came from their footsteps moving through the fog. Nothing suggested that anything unusual was about to happen. Then suddenly, 3003 stopped walking. Something ahead had caught her attention.
Look, over there.
At first, XXX01 assumed it was just a strange rock formation hidden by the mist. But the longer he looked, the more uncertain he became. Curious, he slowly moved closer. Step by step, he approached the area. The atmosphere felt different. Something wasn't right. Within minutes, local authorities would be notified, and a mystery that would remain unsolved for more than 50 years was about to begin.
What is that?
I don't know. Stay back.
Should we go closer?
No. Look at her.
The readings are off.
November 29, 1970. Deep within a remote valley near Bergen, Norway, a mystery was about to begin. The valley known as Isteland was surrounded by mountains, dense forests, and thick morning fog. On that cold morning, XXX01 was hiking through the valley with 3002 and 3003. It seemed like an ordinary day. The trail was quiet, the air was cold, and nothing appeared unusual. But within minutes, everything would change. As the group moved deeper into the valley, XXX03 suddenly stopped. Something ahead had caught her attention. At first it looked like nothing more than an unusual shape hidden among rocks and fog. Curious, 3001 slowly walked closer. The farther he moved, the more concerned he became. Whatever was waiting ahead was enough to completely change the atmosphere. That moment would later become the starting point of one of Europe's most famous mysteries. Local authorities were soon notified. Investigators quickly arrived and began documenting the area. Photographs were taken, notes were recorded, and every possible clue was carefully examined. At first, officials believed the mystery would be solved quickly. Cases like this usually had clear answers. But this one was different. The deeper investigators looked, the more complicated the situation became. One of the biggest questions appeared almost immediately. Nobody could clearly identify the mysterious woman connected to the case. No simple records explained who she was. No obvious clues pointed toward a clear identity. Investigators soon realized they were facing something highly unusual. If they wanted answers, they would have to start from the very beginning and rebuild the story piece by piece. Their attention soon turned toward several suitcases connected to the mystery. Inside were ordinary travel belongings, including clothing, notebooks, and personal items. At first glance, nothing seemed suspicious. However, investigators quickly noticed that several identifying details were missing. Information that could have helped reveal the traveler's identity simply wasn't there. It felt as though important pieces of the puzzle had been deliberately removed. This discovery created even more questions. If the traveler was an ordinary person, why were there so many missing details? Why was it so difficult to establish a clear identity? The investigation expanded beyond the local area. Hotel records were reviewed. Travel histories were examined. Information from different cities was collected and compared. Slowly, investigators began uncovering a much larger story. Then came a surprising discovery. The same traveler appeared to have used multiple identities. Different names appeared in different locations. Different addresses appeared in different records. At first, investigators suspected mistakes or administrative errors. But as more documents surfaced, that explanation became harder to believe. The pattern was too consistent to ignore. One person, multiple names, multiple stories. The mystery became even deeper. Witnesses described a woman who traveled frequently and rarely spoke about herself. She often arrived quietly and left just as quietly. Many remembered seeing her, but few knew anything meaningful about her life. It was as if she moved through Europe without leaving a complete trail behind.
To Oslo.
We have our route.
The registry from Paris matches the signature on this manifest from Berlin. It's the same handwriting, I'm certain of it.
Here is your key, madame. Thank you.
Jane.
As years passed, the mystery attracted growing attention. Some researchers believed the unusual identities were simply the result of a private individual protecting her personal life. Others disagreed. They believed there was something much larger hidden beneath the surface. Every new theory seemed possible, because no single explanation could answer every question investigators faced.
Codename XXX04. Various disguises and travel kits were found at her safe houses.
She's leaving early. Yes. Alone. I don't like it.
The historical context only added to the speculation. Europe was in the middle of the Cold War. Intelligence agencies operated in secret, and false identities were not uncommon. Eventually, some researchers began asking a bold question. Could the mysterious traveler have been connected to covert activity? No evidence could fully prove the theory, yet no evidence could completely dismiss it either.
The time has come to secure the crucial choke points.
Years turned into decades. Files were opened and closed. New leads appeared, only to disappear again. Every time investigators believed they were approaching the truth, another unanswered question emerged. The mystery seemed determined to stay unsolved. Even as the original investigators moved on, the case continued to capture public attention across Europe. Then modern technology offered new hope. Researchers reopened the historical case and began analyzing old records, using methods that did not exist in 1970. New clues slowly emerged. Some older theories were dismissed, others gained renewed attention. For a brief moment, many believed the final answer was finally within reach. But despite all the advances in technology, one question remained unanswered. Who was XXX04? Investigators could reconstruct parts of the story, but never the entire picture. The traveler remained a mystery, the identities remained a mystery, and the complete truth remained just beyond reach.
What did you find?
More than 50 years later, the case continues to fascinate historians, researchers, and mystery enthusiasts around the world. A traveler without a confirmed identity. A journey filled with unanswered questions, and a mystery that refuses to disappear. Perhaps somewhere, a final clue still exists. Until that clue is found, the story of XXX04 remains one of Europe's greatest unsolved mysteries.
The trail goes cold here. No, wait, look at this connection. I think I finally understand. He never left.
Decades later, the case was reopened. The notebook held the first crack in the mystery.
The past whispers. And the future confirms.
XXX04, a woman in her 30s. Details indicate a possible origin in Central or Eastern Europe.
This section here, it aligns perfectly. The coordinates match. We found it.